thank you for your applause. I know you applause for the piano, not for me. I'm so happy that you come here under special weather condition. I was so worried about the snow, but the turnout was very, very good. Again, I don't want to say from my heart, I really appreciate you spending your time here. Because the Kansas City, there's so many arts, so many music institutions here. So it is so nice that we have a very, very successful symphony. But everybody supports symphony. So many organizations like this. And not many people pay attention. So I really appreciate your time. Pay attention to this group. And I'm so happy to live in Kansas City because I like music, Tonight we have a wonderful program. And the director, Chief Director, thank you. He always requests high quality presenter. So I'm not a good presenter. So I need to twist his arm, and finally he agreed. Okay, only very short music. So I will play this. The first song is not for me; it's for piano. The next one is really my music. But I only allowed to play 1 minute 50 seconds. The next time I will be better. Maybe you will recruit me and say, yes, you are qualified. But I need help from a pianist. Professor, okay, can you come? This is very short and sweet. Does anybody know the name of this song? This is so beautiful. Wow! Wow, you are great. I saw this is a song, maybe just created recently. This is composer is Antonio Dvorak. He made the new world. Amazing. This what is the year? Maybe 1800 or 1900. Wow, so beautiful, right? So I'm stopped playing now. So now I'm turned to the show to Dr. Chen, Yang Chen. Before you say something, because you were always very humble. He is a person, he's a KU professor, and he always travel around the world. He's very much demanded by the world to be a piano judge. Amazing, and he is from Kansas City, right? Yeah. Say something.
We have a great crowd, and the crowd knowing a lot about music, so thank you for coming, and thank you again, Benny and Edith, for having me. Just want to say a few words about my piece and also my appreciation to them. You know, I'm a Taiwanese, and they have been always taking care of the whole Taiwanese community very well, and very thankful for that. And you know, my student is also here, and one of them are also the vice president for the student association at KU. So we have been always taken care of very well by them. So thank you. And as you know, this space is a great shelter, not only for great music and also for great friendship. So I've seen many of you, and very nice to see you here. I bring just one piece that's very short, about 7 minutes and a half. But I think it is a piece that I love dearly, kind of present the journey of anyone, not its up and down. You know, I think this is a charismatic piece with the middle section. It's almost like you're walking in the chorale, in the choir, in the church. And also they will move on to something very darker mode. You know, it's almost sad, but at the end, the coda always gives you some hope at the end. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
this piano worth more money now. When I bought this piano, my wife had a big argument. Especially I don't play piano. So I play piano, still not happy. She want me to keep a promise. And I did. Everything my wife asked. I need to learn piano. I said, give me 10 years. 10 years later, I will invite everybody here. I will have a concert. Of course, not like this. It's something to play. But right now, this is very expensive furniture for me. Well, I think I really appreciate your coming. Especially there. Thank you. You are so important. You want to say something? Or you want to pray?
You know, the last thing you should do is give a microphone to a known politician. Now that you have, put your shoes off and get comfortable. No, I just want to reiterate what Vinny said about the arts in Kansas City. That's one of the things that makes Kansas City very special. We are known around this country for having fantastic street art, for having fantastic musicians, fantastic performers. If we had a better tax credit, we'd be a fantastic place for movies and television, and we're already doing pretty well with that already. But at the end of the day, despite everything else that may happen in this city, we have the arts, we have the people who love the arts, and that's one of the things that separates us. We're very lucky, we're very fortunate. Benny, you're very generous with your time and your space, and your entertainment and your music. All of that is very cool, and that's what makes Kansas City a special place in my heart, and I hope in yours as well.
I used to own company, I sold the company. My title was the CEO, of course, Chief Executive Officer. But I'm still one call, I'm CEO, I'm Chief Entertainment Officer. What else I need to say? I think I need to turn the Ben watch the time so quick. Even this is my home. So I'm going to turn this to you now. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. We are so grateful to Benny and Edith for, again, hosting this event. My name is Benny Spalding. It's a great pleasure to be the founder and artistic director of the Spire Chamber Ensemble and Grove Orchestra. And we're so grateful to have Benny on our board of directors. Benny and Edith are also serving as our 15th anniversary honorary chairs. And so we're so grateful for their support. So part of this evening is Benny invited all of you to experience this wonderful piano, but also to be able to learn a little bit more about the Spire Chamber Ensemble. And so we have a program for you that's was on your chair, and we're going to get started without further ado. Our newest collaborator with Spire is Dr. Jessica Kebby, who teaches at William Jewell College and is a fantastic pianist. And so she will be doing some wonderful and highly varied pieces for you first. Let's welcome Dr. Kebby.
Primarily in the 20th century. He was inspired to write a lot of his music from folk tunes and folk dances from his country. And I just track up the title of this one, which is the old person. I don't know about you, but I am fully in the middle of feeling like most days that's what I do. I've heard students, heard my children, heard lots of people along. And it's rewarding work, but it can get really tired sometimes. And I just think that it's such a humorous piece because at the end, I just imagine he's had his whole day, right, that we get to live with him for a few minutes. And then at the very end, I think we guitar right here. And just as he's about to sit down and relax and unwind for the day, out of the corner of his eye, he catches one of his little bits or something running off. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, the other fun thing about this is that it's written in 2 different keys. So the left hand is in D flat, and the right hand is in C. Second piece is by Respighi, an Italian composer who lived at the end of the 19th century into the 20th, and probably you might recognize him, that name, because he wrote a really famous symphonic work called The Crimes of Rome. Yes, exactly. He was also a pianist, which is really neat for me to learn, and he wrote this nocturne as part of a set of 6 pieces. So, nocturne means night piece, right? So, it has this opening section that I just imagine someone sort of drifting into sleep. And then in the middle section, I think of this maybe as where we're having these processing dreams, right? So we're thinking through the day. And at the end, the opening material returns. And I feel like it's like that time when you wake up and you've had these really vivid dreams, and then you're trying to explain it to someone, and the second you try to put it into words, like, it just vanishes, right? We can't recall it. So I hope you enjoy it. people, not great with money. Quite an improviser, and I think he, to me, his music has a lot of humor in it. And this particular movement of this sonata, I feel like, represents that very well. It's the theoretical term is it's a rondo, which basically just means we get to hear the same thing over and over and over again. And so I think I'll challenge you to count how many times you hear this opening theme.
We're going to do something a little different for now. So Dr. Kevin mentioned Mozart, who was a fantastic improviser. And really up until modern times, keyboardists were fantastic improvisers, and that was a skill that was so cherished. And so we have lost that a little bit in modern times. It's just not something that necessarily is as important as other things. And so I've always been somebody that's been interested in improvisation. I am no Mozart by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to do an improvisation for you now, which is the art of making it up. And so we are going to, one of my dear favorite composers is Leonard Bernstein. And so tonight's theme is Leonard Bernstein improvisation. So I need a little bit of your help. Do we have anybody that has a Leonard Bernstein favorite theme or tune that they like? Oh, that's a good one. Candide, okay. Yeah. Any others?
I like to be in a man.
Okay. All right. All right. Very cool. I will do my best to incorporate those. Maybe one more. If you know somewhere, yes. Let's do that. Let's do that. So here is my homage to Leonard Bernstein and a improvisation in his style. We are mostly, like I mentioned earlier, a big choir and orchestra, but we're not fit with this great piano. So we have a wonderful soprano artist, Alicia Watts, who's been with us for many, many years, and her and Jessica are going to do a lovely and highly diverse set of music featuring the soprano for you now.
Of remembering someone that they loved. And the translation is, place on the table the fragrant mignonettes, bring here the last of red asters, and let us speak again of love. as long ago in May. Give me the hand that I may secretly clasp it, and if it is observed by others, I will not mind. Give me one of your sweet glances, as once in May. Today each grave is flowering and fragrant. Once a year is All Souls Day. Come to my heart that I again may have you, as long ago in May. midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Dark midnight was my cry. Give me Jesus. Give me
And for the last performance of, the last official performance of the evening, we welcome Spire's longest collaborator. She was there for our very first concert 15 years ago. My dear friend, mentor, exceptional musician, Dr. Jen Crapel, and she'll be playing 2 last pieces for us.
Me from the back because I'm the organist of the Kaufman Center. I don't often get to do piano performances, especially on a beautiful instrument such as this, so I'm very glad to be here. The first piece is by Johann Sebastian Bach. You might not know, because he was world famous, he never really left a little area of northern Germany, but he incorporated all sorts of styles. He was so curious about all sorts of things. And he wrote 6 suites called the English suites. He wrote 6 other suites called the French suites. He was just so, he was a sponge for different kinds of styles. And I like to think that Kansas City is that way too. So we are a spot in the Midwest, but we are like a sponge. We're attracting different kinds of talents, and we're a melting pot. where creativity blooms, and I just love being here, and I'm so glad to perform with them. for the final piece, the final official piece of the evening. This is a piece by the American composer Charles Griffiths. You might not have heard of him because he didn't live very long. He was born in 1844, and unfortunately he was taken by the pandemic of 1918. He died of the flu. But his creative voice was among us for a little while. He wrote really, really creative things. This is one of them. It's just called scherzo, which really in musical terms means joke, but for me this is not a jokey kind of a scherzo. This is more of a dancing kind of a scherzo, and it explores different characters. So I hear in the middle some Gregorian chant. I hear at the beginning kind of French impressionistic kinds of things, and at the end it's just this big celebration of music.
industries.
Okay, so we have Benny and Edith has prepared some dinner for us and drinks, and we want everybody to hang out, and we're going to use the player piano more. It's going to be a festive evening. But before we do that, if you'll indulge me for a moment, I wanted to, for those of you who are new to Spire, we'd love to introduce you to our organization. We have a concert coming up in less than a month featuring the Mozart Requiem, which is one of the most iconic pieces of music. At the Grammys, during the in memoriam section, they did the Lacrimosa from the Mozart Requiem. We will be, I'm pretty sure, the first in this region to do it on period instruments. So those are instruments that are from the time of Mozart and Bach and Handel and Telemann and people like that. Our concertmaster plays on a 1607 instrument that is basically priceless. And so this is a really exciting way to do the Mozart Requiem with early instruments including the sackbut, which is what the trombone eventually became, or the basset horn, which eventually became part of the clarinet family. We also pair that with a really exciting and recently discovered piece by Mariana Martinez, who is a female composer in the early classical and late Baroque, and she was a student of Haydn. And so this piece has been done maybe 4 times in all of North America, and we're excited to offer that as well. So, as a gift for being here tonight, we would love to offer you free tickets. However, there's a catch. The catch is you must sign up where you received your name tags. And so there's 2 performances on April 5th and 6th versus Country Club Christian Church. That information is in your program. And so we'd love to see you for that. I mentioned that Benny and Edith were our honorary chairs, and we're so grateful for their support. Like most arts organizations, ticket sales only cover about 25% of our operations for this world-class music. And so, as you consider your own philanthropic giving this year, we'd love you to join Benny and Edith's lead in supporting our work. You can find more information on the back of the program. There's many ways to do that, so we thank you for your consideration. But before we do dinner, we all owe Benny and Edith a great round of applause.
Oh, please keep down, please keep down. Using the program behind the scenes. The concert is finished, but party not finished. As you